Viewing live video and playing back recorded footage are primary features of DW Spectrum. However, footage is overwritten over time, and there may be circumstances where you might want to distribute sections of video to other people. These are all good reasons for wanting to export video from the server. To export video, begin by displaying the desired cameras in the viewing area. Then search and locate the video footage that you want to export. Click and drag in the timeline to highlight the desired section of video, or use the right mouse button to mark the selection start and end points. Once the section of footage has been selected, right-click on the highlighted section and select Export Video. Larger portions of video can be exported, but it will vary depending on the capabilities of the server hardware. So, it is recommended to be selective about what is exported and to keep it less than 1 hour in length. Otherwise, you can break up the needed video into more manageable chunks, rather than as a single, large export to increase the likelihood of success for a big video export. When exporting video, you can either export from a single camera or multiple cameras simultaneously. Make sure that the cameras that you want to include are displayed in the viewing area when setting up the video export. Let's go over exporting a single camera first. If you are performing a single camera export and there are multiple cameras displaying in the viewing layout area, be sure to select the target camera that you want footage from before prompting the export. In the Export Video pop-up, click the Single Camera tab to export video from an individual camera. In the Folder field, designate where the exported video will be saved by clicking the Browse button and selecting a folder directory. In the Name field, Spectrum will automatically use the name of the camera and the timestamp to title the export file, but you can alter the file name as needed. Next, click in the drop-down and select the file type that the video should be exported as. Be aware that this will determine how the exported video can be viewed. For example, NOV is a proprietary media file type that is supported for both single camera and multi-video export, but can only be opened using the DW Spectrum desktop client program. Meanwhile, if the exported video file will be viewed by someone without access to the DW Spectrum client application, it may be best to use an EXE file type, since an executable video file can be opened by users who do not have Spectrum or any media players installed. It should be noted that only NOV and EXE file types can be protected with a password to secure viewing access for the exported file. Otherwise, AVI, MP4, and MKV are other recognized container types that some third-party media players will support. After designating the save location and the file type for the export, you can customize how it will appear to the viewer. To include filters such as fisheye dewarping and image enhancements, enable the Apply Filters toggle. Any filters that were enabled when the export was prompted will then be included. You can also add overlays, such as including a timestamp, adding a logo image, custom text, and camera information by applying additional export settings. For example, to add a timestamp, select the Timestamp tab and set the preferred text size and length. Overlaid objects will initially appear in the top left corner of the preview window, but can be clicked and dragged into the preferred position. Once the settings have been configured, click the Export button to begin the export process. You can continue working with Spectrum until the export is complete. The system will notify you when the process is done, and the exported file will then be available in the selected folder location. An alternative single camera export option is the Rapid Review export type. The Rapid Review feature shortens the overall viewing length of the exported video by increasing the frame interval. When an exported Rapid Review video is played, it will appear sped up by using a higher playback speed. This can be a viable option for users that need to export an especially long video segment and want to shorten the amount of time it takes to watch the entire exported video segment. To apply Rapid Review, select the camera for video export and highlight the desired footage within the timeline. Right-click on the selected footage and select Export Video. In the Single Camera tab, set up the Save Location folder, assign the desired file name, and select the preferred file type. Then click the Rapid Review Settings tab. The Rapid Review panel will list the initial video length and rapid review settings. The exported video length and speed values are interconnected settings, meaning adjusting one will automatically affect the other. The higher that the speed is set, the shorter the exported video length, and the higher the frame interval will be. You can apply overlays like adding a timestamp, logo image, custom text, or camera information as desired as well. When ready, click the Export button to export the Rapid Review video file. The setup process for a multi-video export is identical to setting up a single camera export, but with some differences in the file type and appearance options. To perform a multi-video export, begin by displaying the desired cameras and highlighting the footage in the timeline. Right-click with the mouse on the selected section and select Export Video. Click on the Multi-Video tab then in the Folder field. Click the Browse button and designate where the exported video will be saved. Select the folder directory, then assign a file name to the export file. Multi-video files can only be saved in the proprietary NOV format that can be played in DW Spectrum, or as an executable bundle that can be opened on a Windows computer without a media player. Use the drop-down to select the preferred file type. Multi-video exports do not have the option of including filters, but effects like fisheye dewarping or image enhancement can be applied during playback viewing. To prevent the exported video file from being edited, you can enable the Make Read-Only Export setting. For additional protections, you can also require a password to view the exported file by enabling the Protect with Password export setting. Once all export settings have been configured, click the Export button to begin the export process. To view an exported video file, open the folder location where the video has been saved, then double-click on the file. Selecting video files that were exported as AVI, MP4 or MKV will prompt the computer to use its default media player application. Selecting a file that was exported as an executable file type will cause the computer to unpack a light version of the Spectrum client before beginning to play the exported video. However, to view an exported NOV video file, it is required to have the DW Spectrum desktop client installed on the computer, as NOV is a proprietary file type. If a video file is saved within a DW Spectrum media folder, it can also be opened by selecting it from the Local Files resource that appears at the bottom of the left panel. While viewing exported video from within the client, you can control playback in the client and apply fisheye dewarp or image enhancement to the exported video, even if the filter wasn't applied at the time of the export. As an added security measure to prevent exported footage from being edited or spoofed, video files are watermarked with a semi-transparent overlay that repeats across the entire image. You can validate an exported video file to see if it has been modified since it was exported. To do so, right-click on the video while viewing and then select Check File Watermark. Spectrum will run through an authentication process and will confirm the validity of the video file if the watermark matches. If modifications have taken place, the validation will show a failure message. You can use this method to vet footage that you receive from others and to ensure that alterations were not made without your knowledge. This completes our lesson for exporting video from DW Spectrum. In our next lesson, we will cover how the server uses reserved space to allow seamless recording and how to manage system storage and drive selection.